So in 2015 we got Inside Out, and Inside Out is a very good movie, one of Pixar's best. And so when they announced that they were making a sequel, we were all very nervous, because in the past few years some of the movies which looked good by Pixar turned out to be not that great. And we were all really scared that this would happen to Inside Out 2 as well. But boy, did it not do that. Yes! 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 This movie is amazing, and I would go out of my way to say that it is even better than the first Inside Out. Yeah, I said it. Come at me. But anyway, all jokes aside, let's talk about this film. The movie starts out with a little hockey game showing what Riley has been doing in these past few years. And apparently this is a tournament, and Riley manages to win along with her team. And then something very exciting happens to her. Excited! Someone sees her performance, and that person is none other than the coach for a team called the Red Hawks. Oh my God! And now, apparently in this film, this is a really good team, and she asked them if they want to come to a hockey camp to see if they can join the team. And of course they say yes. Yes! And camp is coming around the corner, and this movie is going to focus on that idea. Anyway, then we learn that Riley has a belief system. And now, how that works is whenever she has a memory, if you put it down there, then it creates a belief. And one of them is, I'm a good friend. And now you're probably wondering, who are her friends? Well, she now has two friends. One is called Grace, and the other, okay, I may have forgot their name, but they're important to the story, okay? Anyway, the day before camp, an alarm goes off, and it is the puberty alarm. And now, of course, they yeet that thing out of there, but then some workers come over and they start wrecking everything up. They do something to the control panel, and then they just leave because it's their lunch break. And they say they'll come back, but in the movie they never come back. So, yeah, you're doing your job real good. But anyway, then it's the morning, and whenever they touch the control panel, Riley feels that emotion really highly. So if anger touches it, she goes berserk. And so they decide not to touch it. But anyway, off to camp they go. And on that drive to camp, they figure out something. Apparently, Riley's friend isn't going to the same high school. And of course, they decide that this is going to be their time to hang out with each other one last time. And we even get to see Joy's character development, because we get to see how Joy lets Samus cry for a little bit, which definitely is a good thing. But then the new emotions come in. Anxiety, ennui, envy and embarrassment. And it is just really cool to see how the OG emotions clash with the new emotions. And it's just really quite cool. We even get nostalgia, but she only shows up like twice in the movie, so we're not really going to talk about her. Anyway, but then they start arguing, especially Joy and Anxiety, because Anxiety wants to be the leader, but so does Joy. And so it's a bit like, well, there can only be one. And so what happens? Well, Anxiety wants to go on a team with Val, who is one of the Red Hawks and is really quite cool, at least in Riley's mind. But Joy wants to stay with her friends, because this is going to be the last time they're ever going to hang out together at school. And so it's a bit like, well, what's going to happen? Well, of course Joy's going to win, because she made a promise to stay with her friends, with the belief system. And so what does Anxiety do? Well, she gets that thing and yeets it out of there. Bye-bye. Of course, Joy's like, dude, what the heck? And so Anxiety yeets her out too, to the secrets. Anyway, so when they're with the other secrets, they make a cartoon character who's for children, and she still likes the show. Well, I guess she still is a child, but younger children. And then a video game character who she had a crush on, and then deep, dark secret. Anyway, so then the cartoon character gets out pouchy, and they use some dynamite to blow themselves out of there and then escape. And then Joy decides that they're going to use the River of Thought to go and retrieve the belief system, and then someone will recall them back. Come back! And that person is none other than Sadness. Yep, she goes up there and she's doing some sneaking around, trying to make sure that the other emotions are not doing some pretty bad things, and then when they retrieve their belief system, she can call them back. But anyway, speaking about the new emotions, what are they up to? Well, they're making sure that Riley is not going to get anywhere near her friends. She's sticking around with Val and trying to become her friend, even if that means not being herself, which of course is a bad thing. But then she decides to go with a party with them, and they ask who her favourite band is, and she answers truthfully. But then they're all like, nah, that band sucks, and so they start lying. But when they come over and they're like, are you really sure? She does something called sarcasm.
What is that? It's the sarcasm.
Sarcasm?
Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys.
Boy, are we so lucky we ran into you guys.
Wow, those guys are jerks. Wow, those guys are jerks.
This creates an actual chasm where Joy and the others are going down the stream. And so they're like, welp, looks like we're not going here anymore. And they decide to go find another way. And it's kind of funny because Joy actually feels sadness again. So maybe she has people inside her head too, controlling her emotions. Yeah, but anyway, we get a sweet scene with Anger, and he sort of calms Joy down, which is really nice, you know, because it's hard to be happy all the time. I mean, no one can do that. Yeah, so anyway, they're walking down, and apparently Anxiety is using her imagination for evil. She's creating projections about what could go wrong on the final day. And so they have to go stop it. And so they put some positive thoughts in their mind, and Anxiety calls the mind police to go and chase them. But they get a balloon and ride away. But while that's happening, apparently there is a red notebook all about what happens with you in the team. And Riley is going to be on there, the good and the bad. And so, of course, the new emotions are going to go and steal it. Well, I guess that wasn't an obvious, but they're going to go steal it, alright? Joy tells Sadness to go and stop it, but eventually Sadness fails because she gets caught in the act by Anxiety. And she then gets captured and tied up. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that Sadness was actually found before this by Embarrassment. But Embarrassment decided to actually hide Sadness because, I mean, there was a hinted at relationship, and I'm pretty sure Embarrassment is just a pretty good guy, so yeah. But then Anxiety causes a brainstorm, and them on the balloon, Joy and the rest, they have to get off of it because they're in the direction of that brainstorm. You know, I like these play on words. There's the sarcasm and the brainstorm. Wow, Pixar's really smart. But anyway, so they escape a hot air balloon and now they're at the back of the mind. But they can't find a way to get out because Sadness was captured. But then they have an idea, or Anger has an idea. They call upon Pouchy and they blow up all the bad memories so they ride to the belief system. But these cause bad beliefs. But who cares? Because now it is the third day. And Riley bumps into one of her friends and she gets a penalty. And while she's sitting down, she starts to have an anxiety attack. But anyway, all the other emotions get back to headquarters using the idea of riding the emotions back to the belief system. They come up, but it's too late. The anxiety attack is too much, and Riley could possibly die. So, what's going to happen? Well, Joy manages to break through, while the others try and get these ideas out of her head. And she tells Anxiety to let go. She does. So, hip hip hooray. But then Riley apologises to her friends, and then we get to see what her life is in a new school. And it's quite good because she's got friends, her old friends and her new friends, and she might even get accepted as a Red Hawk. But we'll have to see in Inside Out 3, if that's real. But anyway, I love this movie. I would even go out of my way to say that this is the best movie of 2024. so far. I would give it a 9 out of 10. And if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.